Chances are you're at this point where you feel like you're slept on. You feel like you don't have respect for your own self. And now you've taken the right step to transform yourself from a boy to a man. And you want to be more masculine. You want to be the best version of yourself that you can be. And I'm going to go over some of the things that you can do from today to transform yourself to becoming more of a man. It's a long process. I'm in the middle of it myself, but it's important for you to keep trying these principles. The first thing that you can do is to start keeping your word more. There's a quote from the book The Way of the Superior Man by David Deida where he states that a man's word is his honor. Now, honor is something that's not really talked about in modern society, but it was a big thing of the past where honor is basically a man's own integrity, and that if you don't uphold your own honor, then you risk your reputation. And and you can still maintain your own honor today by being honest with your intentions. Now, for instance, if you tell your friend that, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow, but then you don't go, you're hurting your own reputation, because if you told your friend that you're going to go, that means you need to go. And not only does he lose respect for you, but chances are that you feel bad about yourself for not going, even though you could, but you didn't. And if you try to keep your word, you might actually regain some of that respect for your own self. For me, I told my friend I'm going to make this video today, and I have to uphold my own honor and post this video on this exact day. So the next thing is you need to have a purpose. You need to have a why for doing something. If you're doing something right now, let's say you're kickboxing at the moment, think about the why and write that down on a piece of paper. If you're doing kickboxing to attract girls or you want a good physique, write that down on a piece of paper, because when you start to slack off, you can go back to the why you're doing this in the first place, to keep you motivated and to keep pushing forward. So the third thing is you want to pursue flow state experiences. So flow state experiences is a concept that I've learned from Captain Sinbad, who is another YouTuber. And flow state experiences can be pretty much summarized as new experiences that you've never had before, or new experiences that you're having with other people with you. It could be going to a new city. It could be doing a new workout routine, something like waking up at 5 a.m. to go for a run that you've never done before. These experiences not only will boost your confidence, but it will make you feel more fulfilled that you're actively seeking new experiences. This is something that I've been trying to get myself back into, because it's important for you to experience new things out in the world and to keep challenging yourself as well. And if you want to change from a boy to a man, you also need to speak like a man. So you need to be definite and assertive in your own words and actions. And you can achieve this by subtle changes in your own terminology. Instead of telling your friend, we could maybe go to the movies, and that you should say, instead of that, you should say, let's go to the movies tomorrow at 6:30. You need to be definite, you need to be specific, and you need to be clear in your own words. And instead of using the words could and maybe and I don't know, you have to be clear in your communication, and you need to be assertive in your own words. Fourth thing is to become a high vibration person. Now, it's very important for you to maintain good relationships with people around you. And your objective in social settings is to give off good vibes to people. People should feel good when they're speaking to you. Now, I'm not saying you should compliment them all the time and whatnot, but you should bring some positivity to their life. You should bring some laughter to their life. And body language plays a big part of this as well. If you're not making eye contact with your friend while speaking to them, then chances are they're going to be thinking like, well, is this guy even listening to me in the first place while I'm speaking? And body language influences how you see yourself in general. If you're walking down the street and you're crouched over and you're looking down on the floor but not ahead of you, then you're just giving off vibes of someone who is not very confident in themselves. And not only that, but you feel that you're not confident today either if you're walking with your head down and not looking at anything, and just looking like depressed in general. The last thing you want to pursue is being a man of character. Now there are a bunch of layers that are underlying, but there are a few common themes that stick out that you can improve on from today. Key to being a man of character is self-awareness, having a high level of self-awareness. You have to be mindful of your own conscious self, and mindfulness will help you out in a lot of situations. Like if you're angry, for instance, at someone, if you're mindful of the fact that you're angry, you can try to actually control your own anger. Or if you said a sarcastic comment to someone that comes off as being an asshole, then you could reflect on that, on whatever happened back then, and be reflective on what you said and how you said it and how it might have came off to the other person. One of the techniques that you can employ is meditation, or taking long deep breaths, which allows you to focus on your own breath as it travels to your body, and it makes you more conscious of your own body when you're in situations, when you're speaking to someone, or just in general. Another thing that is very important, which is also one of the hardest things to do, is being non-reactive. There are so many things that are going on around us, but the more we focus on being very emotional to these situations, the more we can actually have more power over our own selves. And if you were to master your emotions, you could be that guy. You could be that guy that you genuinely respect if you were to master your own emotions and not be overreactive to things that are being said to you or the people around you. Something that will excel your own character building is employing stoicism into your life and studying stoicism. For me personally, it's been a great way of thinking in a bunch of situations where I faced problems and adversity, and it's helped me a lot with dictating my own perspective on life. And I see this way of thinking as a way that aligns highly with becoming a man of character and pursuing this journey of self-improvement. One of the books that I can recommend to you is reading The Daily Stoic. You read one page of stoicism every single day. So if you want to become a boy to a man, if you want to become a more masculine person, becoming more of a man, you have to keep your word, you have to have a purpose, pursue flow state experiences, being definite and assertive in your words and action, being a high vibration person, pursuing becoming a man of character.